Hey everybody, JC here with another T&I toy review. And for today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new DC Comics Icon 6-inch New 52 Wonder Woman figure from DC Collectibles. Now this figure comes packaged in the same style packaging we see with all the icons. You've got the white box with blue highlights on this one. The figure's clearly displayed in the window box. On the front window, you have a Wonder Woman 75th anniversary sticker, and then down below, you've got the Icons logo with the Wonder Woman symbol in the O. Off to the side, you have the name of the character, and it tells us this is figure number 19 in the series. On the other side of the packaging, it tells us this figure is based on the character's appearance in the Mesovirus storyline, which took place in the Justice League comic book. And then on the back of the packaging, we have a look at all the figures in this wave: Swamp Thing, Wonder Woman, the Deluxe Cyborg, and Deathstroke, which we reviewed last week. And then down below, it tells us this figure was designed by Ivan Reyes and sculpted by Sam Greenwell. All right, let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figure outside of the packaging along with the other contents. Now, first of all, let me just say a big thanks to the folks at DC Collectibles for sending me out this figure so I could review it for you guys. Now, this figure does come with a little instruction sheet that shows you how to work all the accessories with the figures in this wave. So on one side, you've got Wonder Woman, and it shows you how to work the shield and the hands and the lasso and everything, and also Deathstroke. And then on the other side, we have shows you how to work the accessories for Static and Swamp Thing. Okay, so this figure does come with a number of different accessories, unlike the version that came in the Justice League box set. So first of all, we get two different pairs of hands with this figure. We get a pair of closed-fisted, and these are the ones that are attached to the figure when you first take it out of the packaging. And I like the detailing. You've got the half gloves with the little padding, the silver padding. And then they even have, you can see she has red fingernail polish on her hands. So I like that extra little detailing. And then to switch out the hands, you just pull them off. You've got the little peg on the hand and the hole on the arm. And then the extra pair of hands you get are grip hands for holding all the accessories that she comes with. And again, you have the little fingernail polish on the fingers, which is nice detail. The figure comes with a sword, and this is a pretty thin plastic for the blade, and it's a fairly hard plastic. You get a little bendability, but I would be careful. If you bent it too much, you could break it. And it's done with a metallic silver for the blade, and you've got some sculpting detail down here near the handle with these little wings, and then you've got the black grip for the handle. So overall, pretty nice detailing. And then she can hold the sword in either hand. You just kind of slide it through, and she holds it pretty well. A little bit loose in the hand, but still, she's not going to drop it. It just kind of moves a little bit loosely in the grip of the hand. And then she also has a place to store the sword on her belt. She's got a little loop here on her belt, so if you want to store it there, you can just slide it through, and it goes down there pretty good. The figure also comes with a shield, and this is done with a thin light plastic. On the front of the shield, you've got metallic blue and silver and red striping, and then on the back, you've just got metallic silver, and you'll notice this hole on the back of the shield. So the way this works is you can either store the shield on the figure's back. She's wearing this harness, shoulder harness, and you got this little piece that sticks out. And what you want to do is just kind of lift the hair back up a little bit. The hair is kind of a rubber material, so it does have flexibility. And then just plug the shield into this back piece. And you want to make sure you kind of push it in there good. And then you can kind of just put the hair back down, and the hair will kind of secure it so it doesn't fall. And so she does hold the shield nice and tight on her back like that. So I like that. And then the other way to do it is you can put it on her wrist. They've included this wrist piece, which is removable. And what you want to do, the easiest way to take this on and off is just take one of the hands off. You can put it on the left or the right, it doesn't really matter. And then just slide it over her wrist and then plug the hand back in. Now this little piece does fit fairly loosely on the arm, so you want to kind of push it back a little bit. The farther back you push it, the tighter it'll be. And then you just plug in the shield, and again, like with the back piece. And so she'll hold it nice and tight there, and it'll stay pretty good there on her wrist like that. And then finally, the figure comes with two different versions of her magic lasso, and this is actual rope. It's not plastic. So you get one that's rolled up, and this is made to store in her belt, and she's got a little clip here on the side of the figure, and you just kind of hook it on there. The little hook is actually attached to the figure's waist. It's not like part of the belt or anything. And again, you just kind of hook it on there, so that's when she's not using it. Or they've given you one that's actually opened up, so you can actually use it as an actual lasso. The actual string's not that long, but again, it's cool that they gave you this extra one for actually using it for a lasso. You can actually lasso people with it the way they've done it. And again, here you can see that the lasso will fit around a figure, and so you can make it look like she's trying to get the truth out of somebody. Okay, so for the figure itself, I think they've done a nice job here. In fact, I like this figure a little better than the one that came in the box set, in part because it's a better size. It's not quite as tall as the one that was in the box set. For the face sculpt, it is pretty similar. The one in the box set and this one are pretty similar to one another. Now, the face is a little bit smaller on this new figure because, again, the box set one is a larger figure. But overall, they look pretty similar as far as actual facial expressions. And it is a little bit different from what we see in the promo art, even on the back of the packaging for the figure. But I don't think it's bad. It's just different. I like the eyes. I like the red lipstick. She's got the silver tiara with the red star, and then she's got the black long flowing hair, which I think looks pretty good. And then I like the sculpting detail on her outfit. She's got the silver bird on her chest, or I think that's supposed to be a bird. And then you got the line work on the red portions. And then she's got the skirt piece, which is done with that vinyl material. And she's got the Wonder Woman belt. And I like the metallic silver that they use. It does look like metal on the blue. Same with the wrist gauntlets. I like that. So nice detailing there. And then she's got this little strap on her left leg. And then again with the boots, she's got the blue and the metallic silver. So I think that's pretty nice detailing. So this figure stands about 6¼ inches tall. And here she is next to the Rebirth Icons figure that was released in the Justice League box set. And you can see here how much bigger the Rebirth version is over this new 52 version. In case you were wondering, you can take the grip hands from the new 52 version and give them to your Rebirth figure if you wanted to, so that one can actually hold some accessories like the sword and shield and such. And here's a comparison with the Icons Rebirth Batman and Superman figures that were released in that Justice League box set. And I think the scale between these three figures works pretty well. And here's a comparison with a couple other 6-inch Wonder Woman figures. So we've got the Mafex Dawn of Justice Wonder Woman figure. We've got the Mattel Dawn of Justice Wonder Woman figure. And then we've got an older Mattel DCUC Wonder Woman figure. Here's a comparison with a couple other DC Icons female figures. And then finally, here's a comparison with the Icons Wonder Woman and the Hasbro Marvel Legends 6-inch Enchantress figure. Okay, so for articulation, you can turn the head to the left and to the right, and the long hair doesn't really limit that movement. She really doesn't have much in the way of back and forth movement with the head, though. Arms attached with your standard ball hinge joint at the shoulder, so she can get her arm out good, and she's got good rotation there at the shoulder. She has a bicep swivel. She has a single hinge, or actually she has a double hinged elbow, and then she's got swivels at the wrist and hinges on the hand, so good up and down movement with that. Then she has a midsection joint, so she's got rotation there at the midsection, and she can pivot to the left and the right, and she can crunch a little bit, but not too much. She can look back a little bit there at the midsection, but then she also has an ab crunch type joint, so she can crunch down about that much, and then she can look back really far as well. She does not have a waist swivel, though. Legs are attached with ball joints, so she can do the splits good. She can get her leg forward good. You can pull the leg out from the socket, and you can get it up high pretty good. And then she can do her leg back pretty good as well. You don't get a true thigh swivel, but you do get some rotation there with that ball joint where it connects. And then she's got double hinged knees, so good bending at the knee. She has a boot cuff swivel, hinges on the feet, so up and down movement with the feet. And then she does have ankle pivot and 2 peg holes on the bottom of the feet. Okay, so that's my review. So overall, I really like this figure. In fact, it might be my favorite Wonder Woman figure in this scale to date. This really kind of fixes all the issues I had with the one that came in the Justice League box set. It's not as tall, so I think it fits in perfectly scale-wise with the other Icon figures. I like all the accessories that you get with it, and overall, I think it's a nice-looking figure with good articulation. Now, this figure is hitting comic and specialty shops now. We'll have a full image gallery up at toynewseye.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. Also, if you like the backdrops that you're seeing in this video, please check out extreme-sets.com. They're the ones that make those. And if you're into things like toy photography and such, they have a wide variety of backdrops that you can choose from. So I strongly recommend that you check them out. And as always, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. If you haven't already, please follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I'll have links to those in the video description as well. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.